Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I know Virgo did touch on this and I will put a link to her video down below, guys. But I guess you could say this is my video of it from my point of view. Now we all know how Moors like to put liens on people. And of course, you know, these are fake liens, not legitimate, and they always want an insanely amount of money. More money than the world has on their liens. But now it's getting serious, guys. And yes, to all you Moors out there, you might want to watch this too. Because shit's going to start hitting the fan for you guys. But here, as you can see, guys, Chicago Daily Law Bulletin, fake liens net a 7-year prison term. So yes, Moors, please pay attention if you watch my videos. I'll just try to read it as fast as possible and not bore the hell out of you guys. A federal judge today slapped a 7-year prison sentence on a woman who filed false property liens against judges and other workers in the justice system. U.S. District Judge Michael J. Reagan imposed the punishment, which is 6 months more than the time sought by prosecutors after saying Sharon Marie Phillips plastered federal officers with bogus liens. Her actions can appalledly be described as death by 1,000 paper cuts. That would really suck. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. I mean, a paper cut itself is shitty. But, before the sentence, Phillips insisted she did not belong in court. I do cannot consent to the adjudicative process today, and she said in a prepared statement she considered that no legal relationship between herself and the government had been established. Oh, lovely. Basically a Sovcit. Or Moor Sovcit. God, we love those. She contended that she also accused court officers of violating her oaths by participating in the case against her. How in the bloody hell of violating their oaths by participating in a case against her? Now, for some of you guys and Moors, you know when they say, where's your oath of office? If I remember correctly, when I looked it up, when they're sworn in, that's their oath of office. So, that goes for cops. I don't know about lawyers, but I know judges. And everybody, so. She also said the court had become a star chamber when Reagan ordered her into custody following her conviction. Phillips, who is also known as Rivertal Bay, so it's a Moor Sovcit, represented herself in the case until Lauren Wells Solomon of Highland Park was brought in. Phillips, however, refused to acknowledge Solomon as her attorney. Of course, because you know how we love our Moorish sovereign citizens, they believe they're above the law. Let's see here. Phillips and many other people question the authority of the government in a country where a black man walking down the street can be gunned down. Okay, I'm not really going to get into that part because that could be a whole nother video, and yeah. I can't say that everyone looks at the justice system unjust, she said. I'll admit, guys, the justice system isn't perfect. I mean, as I've clearly stated before, guys, in full transparency, I've been in the justice system. Yeah, it does suck. But, you know the saying, basically, if you do the crime, you gotta do the time. So, I've done mine, and now I try to give back to the community and showing that not all of us criminals are solely criminals. Some of us do try to better ourselves. Let's see here. Now I'm starting to lose my place. But U.S. Attorney Nathan Trump described Phillips' actions as a case of vengeance. So yeah, basically, and please tell me if I'm wrong, Virgo. I know you'll definitely call me out on it if I am wrong. But basically, if they don't get their way, they're gonna lien you. That's just childish. I mean, if I don't get my way, am I gonna put a lien on somebody? No. If I don't get my way, I don't get my way. Plain and simple. Deal with it. We all gotta work for a living. I can't go down, to the leasing office and decide not to pay my rent and be like, nope, sorry, I'm not paying it this month. Just don't feel like it. And if they evict me, well, what am I gonna say? Oh, I'll put a lien on you? No, my ass is gonna get evicted. Plain and simple. This was calculated, premeditated retaliation against government servants, public servants who are just trying to do their jobs. Booyah! I'm sorry to say, it sums it all up right there in my case, guys. And with all the Moors out there, yes. All it is retaliation. All people are trying to do is do their jobs and follow the laws set up by our governments. Trump contended with Phillips also wanted to strike a blow into the system. In June, a federal jury convicted Phillips on 10 of 12 counts of filing bogus liens against property believed to be owned by federal employees. United States versus Sharon Phillips, number 12 CR 872. The liens falsely claimed the purported property owners, which owners each owned Phillips' brother $100 billion. Wow, they're not asking for trillions this time. The brother Devin Phillips was convicted of drug targets and sentenced to more than 6 years in prison. United States versus Devin Phillips. Some of the targets of the liens filed by Sharon Phillips, including judges, prosecutors, court personnel, law enforcement officials, were involved in her brother's criminal case. Okay. So basically, it's retaliation for basically them locking her brother up. Interesting. Targets include U.S. Magistrate Judge Soet Brown and the Chief U.S. District Judge James F. Hollerman. And if I say these names wrong, I do apologize, guys. Both attended today's sentencing hearing. Brown filed a victim impact statement in the case. Other targets were U.S. District Judge Joan H. Lefno. I'm probably saying that wrong. And Patrick J. Fitzgerald, who served as Chicago's top federal prosecutor for 11 years before joining whatever this company is called, Shetton Arps. Yeah. Phillips was charged under a provision of the Court Security Improvement Act of 2007. Let's see here. Congress enacted the legislation in response to such incidences as the 2005 murder of Lefko's husband and mother. Reagan and Stump, who both serve in the Southern District of Illinois, were assigned to Phillips' case to avoid the appearance of conflict of interest. In the trial, Solomon obtained a ruling from Reagan barring any reference to so-called sovereign citizens movement or patriot organizations. While some members of these anti-government groups have engaged in violence, Phillips was not accused of committing such acts. In sentencing memorandum filed today in Phillips' case, Reagan wrote that there is a long history of filing retaliatory liens against government officials. Those liens are generally filed by those who claim that income tax is illegitimate or who consider themselves sovereign citizens. He emphasized that he was not attributing to sovereign citizens' actions or beliefs to Phillips. However, he wrote the unusual nature of the liens filed by Phillips was certainly evident. Evidence presented to the trial indicated that Phillips was influenced by philosophy advanced by sovereign citizen or patriot groups. In letters of apology she sent to 5 of the targets of her lane. She explained that she had mistakenly listened to patriot people concerning how to remedy the injustice she believed her brother suffered. So this is interesting. So she sent apology to 5 of the targets because she listened to the wrong people. So it seems like some of these Moors are starting to have that light bulb go off above their head and be like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So, just maybe, guys. A world passport and an application for Moorish Great Seal tax ID, nationality, and right to travel card were seized from her home. Nice. Okay. Some sour citizens say they're descendant from people of Western Africa makes them Moorish nationals and are not required to comply with state and federal laws in the United States. Yeah, it does. I believe even diplomats, to a degree, legitimate diplomats, I might add, do still have to follow a majority of U.S. law. A sentence also includes 3 years post-prison supervised release and a $1,000 fine. So not only is she getting 7 years, she's also going to be on parole for 3 years. Minimum after her sentence. That's my assumption from my own experience, being on probation and everything, so. In determining Phillips' punishment, Reagan noticed that she sent him and Stump purported notices of suit 2 days after the final pretrial conference in her case. She said her statement just before he imposed the sentence shows that, like others who hold anti-government beliefs, still pick and choose which laws to obey. She simply does not get it. And that's pretty much it, guys. So, yeah. So, for all you Moors out there, you might want to take a look at this because those so-called liens you like to file on people will land your ass in prison. So, hope you guys like this one. I will be recording some more this weekend and get them out to you guys. Have a great one, guys. See you on the next one.